Hello and welcome all of you all. We have got with us the very pretty Dr. Suvidya Singh, who has secured even a prettier rank, 17th rank in NEET SS 2021 and Ops Gynae for exam for MCH Oncology and Reproductive Medicine. So many congratulations, Dr. Suvidya.
Thank you, ma'am.
So this interview is for you to discuss your strategy, when you started preparing and what all you read, how you prepared. So let's start with a brief introduction of yourself, where you did your UG and PG from. Dr. Suvidya.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I did my undergraduate from Lady Harding, and then I finished my post-graduation in May 2022 only from Maulana Azad, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. So Lady Harding and Maulana Azad, wonderful. And then when did you start preparing for NEET SS?
Ma'am, actually, I think I was very lucky because they introduced me to your app very early on in my preparation, ma'am. So it was in my mid third year around August when I started watching your videos and everything.
All right.
And I was very enthusiastic and I wanted to finish this exam properly, ma'am.
So you started at the right time before your exit exams.
Yes, ma'am.
That is why what I keep advising to students, that before your exit exam, have a good base, have a good foundation, so that you don't waste your exit exam preparation just memorizing things. You have to start understanding. Wonderful. So
yes, ma'am. And ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Your video got stuck in the middle.
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're audible now, but the video
yes,
stuck.
Yes,
yeah, tell me.
Yes.
So you joined in August.
And ma'am, actually, I was telling that Yes, ma'am. And then I started watching your videos and I realized that your videos were not just useful for my MD exams and the NEET SS preparation, but even for day-to-day like clinical practice. So when I used to work in hospital, sometimes I used to have certain doubts and I used to open your PDF and look at them, and that helped me a lot. Even while working also, it helped me a lot, ma'am.
So I feel very happy that you used the clinical knowledge in your practice. That's wonderful. I keep doing that too. I keep referring to my own PDFs when some tricky patients come in the ward.
Yes, ma'am. And that's one way to remember things like more easily.
How
if you keep reading the notes, it is difficult in the end to remember.
When you start practicing it, then it's very nice to remember, very easy to remember. I think that's how OBS part was easier for you, because this exam was mainly an OBS exam. So your clinical
Yes, ma'am. I think I did have that advantage. Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, from August or before August, had you read textbooks?
Yes, ma'am. I was always reading. Even in my first year, I used to read something or the other. Like even when my emergencies, some case would come, then I would open my PDF and read something. So I read.
I did start reading. Such an ideal student. From first year in MAMC, you got time to read. That's wonderful. Congratulations on being such a nice, wonderful person. Right. So
thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, so I did read books and I have a habit of making notes. So I did started doing that very early only. So if I would read Williams or some guidelines, I would always make sure that if I was thorough with that guideline, I would add the important points in my notes. So even before starting your videos, I did have quite a lot. I had already made notes for quite a lot of chapters in OBS and Gynae and or other oncology chapters also, ma'am. And then when I started watching your videos, I had to add certain points. I was thorough with my own notes, because when you make your own notes, you do become very thorough with them. And so I used to keep adding the extra points in my notes, ma'am, when I went through your video, ma'am. And wonderful. I basically used to follow whatever instructions you gave. Looks like for if in PCOS chapter you asked to read Estre chapter, add Estre guideline and the Spiroff chapter. I went back and I used to read those chapters and I used to add if I found any extra point. But you used to always cover most important and controversial points were always covered in your videos, ma'am.
Yes, so this is what I do. I teach whatever I can, and I know there is a lot beyond my teaching also. So I keep telling you that you have to read that. Actually, PCOS guideline is very important. Every year,
Yes, ma'am.
except this year, every year there were 2-3 questions
Yes,
from
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
the same guideline. They would put 2 or 3 questions. So we can expect that in the next years also. So you started in August. Now tell me, with your busy schedule at MAMC, how much time would you devote to studying after August? 1 year.
Ma'am, actually, it was slightly tough because like we were just 2 batch because of COVID. The third batch had not joined yet, so we were just 2 batch, and so we were working also, and plus our thesis also got delayed because of our hospital was converted into completely dedicated COVID center. So our thesis also got delayed. So it was in the third year only that we were doing our thesis also, ma'am. But somehow I managed to finish all your videos and a few MCQ banks by December, ma'am. So by December, I was almost done with everything. And even between those, like when I used to watch your video, next day I used to get hold of one of my juniors and I would teach her. I would make sure that I teach her. So
Wonderful.
That was my way of revising.
Good way of preparing. That is a very good way of preparing. That's so nice. So by December, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months, and you had completed almost all of the contents on the website. And then there was only time to revise all of this.
Yes, ma'am. And by the end of May, like May we had an exam. So by May, I was like, I would say I did revise my notes like more than 10 times. So I was very thorough with my notes.
Oh, wonderful. So videos till December, and then whatever notes you had prepared from the classes, from your textbooks, you had a lot of revisions of those.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So there's a lot of contents on the website itself, plus you have your own notes. So I do understand that you did a lot of studying in whatever time you got. So let's hear it from you. What is the time that you would devote? In how much time did you finish all of this? So many revisions and finishing everything by December. Daily.
Ma'am, every day I used to make sure I always have a timer. So whenever I start studying, I switch on the timer and then I'm not doing anything else. I'm not.
You're such an ideal student, Suvidya.
So with the timer, if you say, ma'am, like till December, I used to get around 5-6 hours in a day.
5-6 hours till December.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good.
Yes, ma'am.
So after being tired with your work in third year, you would still come home and read for 5-6 hours.
Ma'am, it is actually because of your videos. Your videos were so nice that even after my work, I was so excited that today I have to do this chapter. Ma'am, I was very excited. I used to love your videos, ma'am. They are really amazing.
Thank you so much, Suvidya. So that kept you going for 5 hours even after a busy schedule.
So ma'am, really, it's like actually a fangirl moment for me talking to you. Like whenever I used to watch your videos, I used to just imagine like how it's so much of knowledge concised in one video, ma'am.
That's so nice. So that's a lot of many years of hard work, and that has culminated into whatever I have put forth before you. And considering the way you study with the timer and all, such a disciplined study you do with the talent that you have, I am overwhelmed. I feel so privileged to have come across students like you. And then you have done from LHMC and MAMC. Of course, you are such a talented student. So it's nice. It's likewise. I love to meet such people also. It is very nice that you got to know about my class and you enjoyed it. That's
yes, ma'am. Really, ma'am. I'm really lucky. I got to know in August only because of my really amazing seniors. Otherwise, it would have been too late. After my exams, I would have been.
And you made such good use that just after your exit exam, you cleared the NEET SS with such awesome rank. Wonderful. So tell me, last 1 month, how was the preparation? What all did you focus on in the last 1 month?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, last 1 month, what I did was that I divided my day into 4 parts. So first, I used to get up and always solve MCQs. Like you have lots of recall questions. So I used to do that. And if I used to find any interesting MCQs, I would add it in my MCQ book. I had a different notes for my MCQ books. So that I did. And I used to revise my MCQ notes also every day. And then 2-3 hours I would do infertility, 2-3 hours I do onco, and then remaining hours I do OBG. It was like around, ma'am, last 1 month I used to read for around 13 to 14 hours I used to read, ma'am, with the timer on.
So you had taken off for the last 1 month. You had taken off from work.
Ma'am, actually, I finished my exam in May, and then I took Yes, ma'am. I did not join
anywhere. You had to prepare for NEET. You had to give your best try for this NEET.
Earlier, the exam was supposed to happen in June only. So I was like, okay, I'll study after the exams 1 month and I'll give my exam in June. Then it got delayed and it happened in September.
So it was good that you were sure that you were going to make it this time. So you sat and you prepared. Wonderful. So you just revised in the last month like other students?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I revised. I used to solve MCQs and like I was able to revise because I was so thorough with the notes that I was able to revise like at least 5 times I had revised. Also, yes, ma'am. Also before like that 1 month, when I was reading my notes, I used to make small pamphlets for each chapter.
Okay.
Like 1 to 2
notes from your previous notes.
Yes, ma'am. So I used to keep 1 to 2 hours, and I used to stick it on my wall. So I would keep 1 to 2 hours every day fixed for revising my wall also.
Wonderful. So tell me, when was the last that you touched a big book before the exam?
Ma'am, I think it was only in my second year that I was reading my books and I made notes from them. After that, it was like mainly my notes. I'm not very thorough with the big books. And that was one thing, like 15 days before the exam, I watched some topper video and I really got scared because everybody had read all of the books and I was so scared that I'm just reading my notes.
Last year, students had told me, most of the students had said that they have read all those books.
Yes,
but trust me, it doesn't help reading those books because you will take 1 year to finish Spiroff and then still you will not be able to answer all the questions in the exam. So
it's important, I think, to revise the same thing again and again. Only then will the answers come to you in the exam.
Yes, and you can't think of revising a book like Spiroff.
Yes, ma'am. True, ma'am. Yes,
you can't finish one reading and revising it is impossible. So to the next batch, I think I would suggest that now is the time that you close your books. This I keep telling repeatedly that now is the time that you should close all your books. Now tell me, when you sat for the exam, what was your feeling? Did you find it surprising? Was the paper surprising for you? And if it was, what helped you crack that exam?
Ma'am, I think the paper was a little weird. Actually, if you're preparing for exam, you don't expect. I think the paper was like it was too easy. Most part of the paper the questions were very easy. It was like undergraduate level questions.
Yes.
Like there was this one question on PARP inhibitor, olaparib, tucaparib, niraparib, and pembrolizumab. And I was staring at that question for like 2 minutes. That have we really asked this question, or there's some twist in the question? Am I reading the question correctly?
Yes.
So I think the question was very easy, and that is why I think. But I was, ma'am, I gave my paper very nicely. I revised it 2 times also, and I tried to not make a lot of negatives. And I think, ma'am, I was not very confident after the exam that I will get a rank. I thought
This is what all of the students are saying. All of the students, I'm telling you, Asha, Kusuma, all of them had messaged me that no, we are not going to clear this paper. But they all got
because while you're reading so many things, so many guidelines, you don't expect the paper to be
so easy. In fact, students got scared that this is something different from what we have read, and they got nervous in the exam.
But I think I was able to do it okay because I think I just had my exam. So in the exams, you were study.
In touch with obstetrics, the theory. So wonderful. I like your way of studying. It's so good that you're so disciplined and so talented. I have a little daughter, and I want to send her to you to learn from you how to read. You're such a disciplined reader.
Ma'am, I will come and meet you, ma'am. My home is in Patna also. So if I come,
your home is in Patna. Okay, that is so nice. Come to my place whenever you visit Patna, Chhat or Diwali. Come to my place.
Sure, ma'am. Everybody, if they get sick in Patna, I tell them to go to your hospital, ma'am, because I know that.
Okay. Yes, you can send patients to me.
Yes, ma'am, because I know I have so much faith on you. Because I know you're so knowledgeable, so I have a lot of faith on you, ma'am.
Yes. So clinical practice also is going all right because of my, because I'm in touch with academics for you students. So yes, clinical practice becomes very easy if you're in touch with academics.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, let's talk about you, Suvidya. So have you decided on you want to share what you want to take, whether oncology or in?
I always wanted to do oncology. So like that was from the beginning when I was taking I was choosing my PG branch. I wanted to take surgery. So that time I obviously could not. I took OBG, and then from the beginning I knew that maybe I can go for oncology if I wasn't able to do surgery. But like watching your videos, ma'am, I also kind of started liking infertility because your infert videos are also very nice, ma'am. So there was the point when I wanted to take infert also. But then I thought I'll stick to oncology only.
But you have been interested in oncology for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Like when I joined my PG, I knew that
you wanted to do
this was
oncology.
one of yes, ma'am.
So such an ideal student you are. You knew from because when I joined PG, I took OBGY because I did not want to do anything beyond it. I was so frustrated with studying. So you always loved studying and you've always been in touch with studying. Wonderful, Suvidya. Any tip you would want to give to the upcoming batch, the ones who are preparing for 2023?
I think, ma'am, like retrospectively, if I look, to have full faith in your videos and your lectures is one thing. I like your notes is one thing I'll tell my colleagues and juniors, because I think like it's better to limit your resources rather than you keep reading everything, and like that is not going to help. And your notes are very good, ma'am. I'm like, honestly telling, ma'am, it's not just for the NEET SS exam, like otherwise also it's very good. I was like so mesmerized when I used to watch your infection videos, like syphilis, management of syphilis in pregnancy, all of that. I never I think I would have never read otherwise, but it was because of your videos that I read them so nicely. Yes, ma'am. So I think that is one thing I would want to tell everyone.
That's so nice of you, Suvidya. It was wonderful talking with you, Suvidya. I really wish to continue this talking for a long time. But then let's stay in touch, Suvidya.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Your hometown is also in Patna. We'll definitely meet sometime.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So nice of you. Thank you for your